What's up, YouTube? My name is Angel, and I'm just doing a quick review, just quick down and dirty review of the Tao Motor Raptor 200 ATV. Now, I got this yesterday. Haven't had any negative experience with it so far. Obviously, this is a Chinese quad. I do have kind of mixed emotions I did when I bought it. But I'm just going to kind of give you guys an overview of the vehicle itself, what I'm using it for, what I'm expecting to get out of it, and anything else that kind of comes to my mind. The first thing that kind of comes to my mind right now is that when I did a YouTube search for the Tao Tao Raptor 200, I didn't get any feedback from really any end users. I got a lot of power sports people promoting the vehicle, and they did a good job promoting it, but nothing really on the end user side. So for me, what I'm using this for, I've got a couple acres that are pretty slanted like this. And that just kind of goes out throughout the entire property. My neighbor is mowing. Shout out to him, doing something I'm not. But, so excuse that noise. And my dog might be a little rowdy here later on. But this is what I kind of use it for. If you can see that slope, that's kind of the slope I'm dealing with. And I've got chickens in the back, and I've got all my acreages back there. And my land is, when I put my truck down there to work on stuff, I'll drive my pickup down there, but it's just pretty heavy and it'll tear up the grass pretty easy. So I figured getting a quad wouldn't be a bad idea. I am new to owning an ATV, period. So I did want to get a Polaris or a Honda, but obviously they were way out of my price range. Even the used ones were just at the upper limit of my price range. And for what I was finding, there was a lot of issues with them that needed to be fixed. So I figured, okay, let's just go ahead and buy a new one. Now, I saw these online. There's a few websites that were selling it pretty dirt cheap. But guys, I'd stay away from those. This is a Chinese quad. They've had some issues. The Tao motor has had some issues, like with frames and things like that. And so I figured I'd go buy locally, keep the money in my town. I bought this one from a company called Scoot Tribe in Fayetteville, Arkansas. They sold it with a 1-year warranty, bumper to bumper warranty, except for consumables like brakes and things like that. But anything happens to it, I can just take it back over there and they'll take care of it. So I felt a lot safer with that. I did pay a little more than I would have bought online, but getting that amount of experience, or getting that dealership to be able to service the vehicle is one of the things that was a really big selling point for me buying it at a store versus online. This is also going to kind of be a review of Scoot Tribe, and we'll see how this relationship with them evolves. I do have to take it in every 3 months for them to look at it and make sure it's all right during the life of the warranty. So we're going to see kind of how this goes. This is only day one. I'm not going to say this thing's the latest and greatest. I tell you what, I rode it around today and I really, really like it. But we're going to see, kind of throughout the life of this, what kind of issues go down. And, by the way, if you're an ATV owner, and if you own one of these, if you have any input on these, even if it's criticism or, concerns or things to look out for, upgrades, things you like about them, go ahead and, please give me a comment. You don't have to subscribe or anything like that. I'm not crazy about subscribing myself. But, we're going to do a review of this thing real quick. But if you have any input, I'm going to be making a Facebook group here later on tonight just for, the Tao Raptor 200s. And we'll see, there. We can exchange information or exchange things we find about them as a group. And if you're new to it and you want to look at it, you can definitely look at that group and see what we've got. So initially, the first thing I'm going to tell you guys is this is a Rhino 200. However, the CCs on it are 169. It's a 169 cc motor. So don't think it's a 200 cc motor. The build on it, the frame's not bad. It's not built up or bulked up, nearly as much as a Polaris or a Honda is. But then again, we kind of knew that going into this, didn't we? So, other than that, the frame looks pretty basic. It looks pretty decent. I think for what I'm using it for, it's going to work just fine. I do think I'm probably going to be taking this thing on trails, sometimes in the near future. So we'll see how that goes as well. One of the things I did notice, and some kind of things I've noticed from the dealer that kind of maybe got overlooked, and they weren't big at all. The first thing is the ball joints. All the ball joints and all the linkage, everything that has a little grease cert on it like that, didn't have any grease in it, so I had to grease it myself. That's not a big problem, guys. I had a grease gun. It took maybe 10-15 minutes. It wasn't bad at all. One of the grease certs down here did come off or was not on the vehicle when I bought it. I noticed that when I got home. All I did was pop one in. I had an extra one. So just kind of look at it over your ATV, you know, and make sure that stuff's all in the right places. I do anticipate having some issues with these. I mean, there's obviously going to be a break-in period, you know, so maybe in the next couple months we might have some things that go wrong, and I may have to take it in a couple times to get looked at. I fully accept that. You know, it's like with any vehicle, you're going to have some issues after you purchase them. You're going to be noticing some things that need fixed. Something I did notice as well is there's a little bit of surface rust, not much, right here on the brake pedal, the back brake pedal. And, you know, it's nothing that a little bit of spray paint from Rust-Oleum, gloss black Rust-Oleum can't fix. So we're going to start this thing up here real quick, and we're going to take a quick overview of it. So right here we've got our ignition. Does come with like alarms and locks and stuff, which I'm probably going to disable all that stuff because I don't need it. Here's your gears. It is automatic, so forward, neutral, reverse. Make sure we're in neutral when we start it. It's always safe to do that. Down here's where you can check your oil, by the way. Here's your rear brake. Here's your front brake and your parking brake. Here's your throttle. So to turn this thing on, all I'm going to do is flip from here to here. Dashboard lights up. I got my starter right here. Make sure this is off, or this is in the on position. So we're going to give it a crank. Get a little bit of gas right there. Just need to start up. And that's it right there. I'm going to rev her up here for you so you can hear the engine, but she runs pretty quiet. I thought she was going to be a little louder than that, but she runs pretty good. There's the headlights. They look really, really nice. They do have a strobe feature on them, but I'm not going to use that. Or if I do, you know, it'll be very intermittently. I don't see why I would use that. I did take it out in dirt today a little bit, and she did pretty good. So let's go ahead and give her some gas. And that's her gassed up, folks. Trying to think of what else I'd show you guys before I cut this movie and put it on YouTube. You know, like I said, I'm not going to be, you know, if I was going to be taking this thing on trails every single weekend, I probably wouldn't buy a Chinese quad. But, you know, for what I'm using for, I think it's going to work just fine. I took it in the woods today, carried me around just fine. I am about 180 pounds. I am 5'9", and it carried me around just like a champ. I didn't have any problems. You know, it doesn't feel too small on me. It feels just right. Not 4x4, you know, but even though it's got a smaller motor than its Polaris or Honda counterparts, it does pretty well. So, guys, I think that's all I got for today. But you know, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please drop them in the comments, and we can have a discussion about them. If you have any questions I can answer, or advice, please. I love advice. So, you know, especially, you don't have to own a Chinese quad. You can own a Polaris or whatever. But, you know, I do like having discussion and just exchanging information and seeing different viewpoints, as well as advice to being new to four-wheeling. But anyways, shout out to Scoot Tribe. So far, great customer service. Their sales guy, Garrett, did great. Getting me on this thing, gave me a pretty decent discount, in my opinion. But we'll see, you know, like I said, we'll see if this thing breaks down or anything like that. We're going to take it in the shop and have them take a look at it, and we'll see what happens. If it's something I can't fix myself, obviously, if I can fix it myself, I will let you guys know how to fix it. But until then, YouTube, stay safe, and you guys have a good day.